Okay, so I think everyone knows what a sugar daddy is, and I'm not gonna lie, I could see why girls want one. Like, who else doesn't want someone buying anything they want for them? Like, seriously, the last time my parents did that was like only during Christmases and birthdays. But today's story is about how basically I ended up finding out that my girlfriend had a sugar daddy, and let's just say, well, I kind of just let it happen. But before the story starts, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And on top of that, make sure you guys join me live on kick.com/Bubba, because I'm streaming on there telling crazy stories just like this one. But not only that, I'm also basically embarrassing myself playing video games. So if you guys want to watch that, link is down in the description below. Other than that, let's get straight into this insane story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome to, well, a story that I'm kind of embarrassed about, but at the same time, it is what it is, because it all starts off back when I was in grade 11. Now, in grade 11, I thought I met the love of my life. Well, to be honest, as a helpless romantic, I always think that I found the love of my life, but it never ends up being that way. Sounds depressing, I know, but going on, I remember basically I had this girl that I was talking to. Me and her, we'd always do the devil's tango, and at the same time, we'd always be together. And it got to the point where I guess one thing led to another. She kind of just started calling me her boyfriend, and I guess in a way we were a couple. I don't know, it's really awkward when a girl starts calling you her boyfriend when you never really made things official. Like, I'm not saying the guy should drop down on one knee or anything, but you guys know what I mean. It's just weird, especially in high school. But going on from there, I remember basically one time she came up to me and said, "Hey babe, I have a question." "Yeah, sure, what's going on?" "Do you know what a sugar daddy is?" Now, I knew what a sugar daddy was, and that's because I read a lot of crazy things on the internet, the same way you guys do. And I ended up basically telling her, yeah, I do know what that is. Wait, why are we talking about this? Would you be mad if I ever got one? I ended up looking at her really confused, thinking, why in the world would she want a sugar daddy? And I remember I ended up basically going online, searching up some sugar daddy, like, you know, contracts, and seeing how the sugar daddy system really worked. Now, if you guys are hearing the word sugar daddy for the first time, let me give you some insight of what it is. Basically, it's of a person that really is attracted, usually it's an older man, to a young female. Basically, they're attracted to them, and what they want to do is basically, well, treat them like it's their girlfriend, except splurge just a bunch of money, and basically they get attention back. Basically, it's paying for attention. That's basically all it is. I don't know why you don't just hire like a prostitute for that, to be honest. I don't know why you got to fiend on younger girls, but I mean, hey, whatever tickles their, you know what? Never mind. I shouldn't say that, but going on. But one thing I realized that sugar daddies do is that they will literally buy the girl anything. And by anything, I mean anything, from cars to jewelry to even an Xbox. I remember I looked over at my girlfriend and said, "I get you want a sugar daddy, and to be honest, I don't feel comfortable with you, you know, giving attention to another guy. But why don't we make a trade-off?" She ends up looking at me saying, "Wait, what do you mean a trade-off?" "Like in chess, you take my piece, I take yours." The chess analogy wasn't the best thing, I will admit. If you guys don't play chess, then my advice, go learn chess, but you guys know what I mean. Basically, it's like a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of deal. She ended up looking at me saying, "I don't know how it's gonna work." I ended up basically telling her how basically if she gets bought anything she ever wants, just get me a little something that I would enjoy. She ended up looking at me laughing, and she said, "Fine." And then she ended up going on her phone, going on Instagram to her Instagram message requests, and literally finds this old man Andy, literally just messages an old guy saying, "Meet me at the mall at like, I don't know, 2:30. And then instantly, and I mean literally responding faster than, you know, the most active, horniest guy on the planet, ends up messaging her back right away. Now, reminder, we were in high school, okay? Like, I was in grade 11, and in grade 11, you're like 16 going to 17. I will say this, I don't know if this was completely legal, but I'm telling the story anyway because, well, let's be real here. Half of the things I do is not legal. Going on though, I remember afterwards, basically, I ended up seeing what was going on, and I said, "Wait, you're meeting him today?" "Well, yeah. How else am I supposed to get my stuff?" is what she told me. And I'm like, okay, can I at least be there? I remember my girlfriend looks at me saying, "Are you dumb? Have a boyfriend where you have a sugar daddy with you? Like, how does that even work?" I don't know, the sugar daddy third wheels." "No, that's not how it works, Baba," is what she told me afterwards. And then I told her, "Okay, well, what if I like kind of just follow, but like really far behind just to make sure you don't get hurt from this guy? She ended up basically saying how, you know, she would prefer that more because in a way she gets protection in case she gets kidnapped by some, you know, hooligan or some gang affiliate that basically will sell her on the black market. Hopefully that doesn't happen to anyone, but if it does, well, that's tough. Going on from there though, I remember basically right after I ended up going to the mall with her and driving her there, and I ended up dropping her off and driving my car away and parking it. I remember I sat in my car for a bit until out of nowhere, as my girlfriend was just sitting outside the mall waiting for this random guy to show up, a guy in a really nice blue navy suit pulls up in his Jaguar. A Jaguar, like what? And basically he ends up coming out of the car with a really nice watch that shined brighter than the sun almost, and basically ended up walking up to her saying, what? I was like mind blown, dude. I was thinking there's no way, this guy's desperate. He has a Jaguar, he has a car, he has everything. Why in the world would he want my girlfriend? And basically one thing led to another. I got out of my car and started following them around. I followed them. I basically tried to see what was going on, and all I would see is basically my girlfriend not giving really much attention to him, but this girl basically following this guy into stores and walking out with a new bag and a new item every time. I swear this girl bought over like, I want to say $1,000 worth of clothes in literally less than an hour. Like, how much clothes can a girl need? I remember I was in shock, and then I remember I really wanted something for myself, and I really wanted to test this rich guy to his limit because obviously no one's really that rich. Well, at least legally. So I remember what I ended up doing was I ended up basically texting her phone saying, yo, can you like buy me this new game that came out and also a console just so I can resell it? She ended up looking at her phone and then putting it away instantly as the old guy tried to look over at it and said, oh, like, are you texting someone? Oh, no, nothing. I was wondering, can we go to like video game store? I want to get something for me. I really want to get into gaming. Oh yeah, sure. Anytime. And basically this guy ended up going into a game store with my girlfriend and literally walking out with a brand new system. And on not only that, but on top of that, the game that I wanted. At this point, my mind was blown. There was no way that I got this just from a weird guy that's rich. I was okay with it. I was thinking, you know what? This old guy can get all the attention he wants from my girlfriend. In a way, I kind of felt like a cuck, but at the same time, like, come on, I got a new system. So I remember from there, I ended up basically, you know, following them, seeing her continue her shopping. But this is where the story gets really creepy because right towards the end of shopping and they were basically done and she was ready to basically leave him and go away. The old guy ended up telling her, okay, follow me. Let's put all the stuff away. She ended up looking at him saying, wait, what? What do you mean? And they basically ended up walking outside together to his car. And literally the guy ends up opening the trunk, grabbing all the stuff that he just bought her and putting it in his car. Now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, my girlfriend better not get in his car because that's drawing the line. Okay. You can buy anything for the girl, but you cannot get in another man's car. I'm drawing the line there, okay? So I remember my girlfriend ends up freaking out saying, I have a ride coming soon. Oh no, I can drive you. Don't worry about it. He's gonna be here soon. I said, get in the car. When he was forcing this girl to get into the car, I knew I had to do something. So what I ended up doing, and this was the most dumbest thing ever, I ended up basically running up towards the guy, and I'm not joking, I threw my backpack that was full of textbooks, by the way, right at his face. The guy was so confused and fell to the ground, and at that point, I told my girlfriend to just run and get out of there. She ended up looking at me saying, wait, what about the stuff? So I ended up going to the back of the trunk of his Jaguar, opening it, and I ended up taking out some stuff, and I ran away. When I ran away, I ended up basically jumping in my car and driving away. The guy just got up, and actually I ended up leaving my backpack there because there's no way he's gonna take my backpack, right? And then afterwards, I ended up basically driving to the school and met up with my girlfriend, and she got in my car and started basically freaking out saying how that was insane. I ended up telling her how I just saved her life, and she was amazed, to be honest. Actually, she was the most amazed I've ever seen her seeing my eggplant, but she was still amazed. And she ended up looking at me saying, oh, thank you for getting me and getting the stuff. What'd you get, by the way? What'd you manage to get on time? She ended up looking at the back seat and she saw that I got my video game and my system. As for everything else she bought, I did not grab because I could not carry that much. She ended up getting kind of annoyed at me, but hey, at the same time, I ended up going home playing my brand new video game. Anyways, what's the lesson for today's story? Well, don't trust random men that are older than you on the internet. Anyways, guys, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And like I always say, just follow for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.